I've often said, why work out when you can play in? Exercise shouldn't be a chore. Exercise should be fun. What we're going to do now is show you one approach. There's many different approaches. This is an approach that I take and I've been doing now for over 20 years. We've got Jody here, it's her first time. These movements that I'm about to do, she has never done before. And Crystal, who's been Cellercising for a period of time now, and she's doing great too. So we begin with the warm-up, and it's simply by gently moving up and down like this. As I'm moving up and down, every cell of my body is gently moving up and down, increasing in circulation, breaking up sticky blood so the blood cells can flow more freely through the body. It's the wake-up call. I'll get up in the morning, do this for 2 to 3 minutes. I'll notice any puffiness around the eyes just start to disappear because I'm getting all the fluid moving through the body. It's stimulating all of the internal organs. I'll do this for about 2 minutes. In those 2 minutes, every cell has gently expanded and contracted over 100 times per minute. After the health bounce, then we're going to move into the aerobic. Now I'd like to introduce you to what we call Cellerciser aerobics. And I want you to understand you can begin at many different levels. You'll notice that I'm not using a balance bar. Jody and Crystal are using a balance bar. The balance bar gives you confidence to put more effort into your routine without worrying about falling off so people can get faster results. The bar is not rigid. It's designed that way. People often ask me, well, how come the bar moves? It's not designed for you to become dependent upon it. If it was rigid, then you become dependent upon the bar. When the bar moves, you pull it toward you when you need it, but when you don't need it, and as your balance automatically begins to improve, you'll find yourself putting less and less weight on it. So we begin an aerobic by simply spreading our feet apart, bending the knee a little bit, and rocking from the right foot over to the left foot. Now, as we're rocking left to right, our hips are dropping into the mat. We're not hitting a hard surface, so we can loosen up the lower lumbar. We're working the thighs, the knees, and the hips. As we are comfortable doing this, then we can take it up a notch by jogging in place. We're not, again, impacting or hurting the body. If you want to do a variation of this, you can jog in place and slightly tilt. When you slightly tilt now, you're really working your core, your stomach area. And if you want to take it to a more advanced state, you can go faster. So I go about this speed, count to about 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way to 100, and I'm done with the aerobics. That's my aerobics. Now, everything you do on the Cellerciser is aerobic, but that's more intense. So we've done our warm-up, we've done our aerobics. Now we're going to concentrate more on the calisthenics. There are many, many different types of movements and approaches you can do on the Cellerciser for calisthenics. What makes the Cellerciser unique is that when you're doing a calisthenic and you're focusing on certain muscle groups, it's not exclusive of the other muscles. Your entire body is still involved with the movement. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to work on the stomach wall, tightening and toning and flattening the stomach, and even underneath the chin. And it's done by simply tilting backwards a little bit. That's an isometric. That tightens and tones. Now we're going to increase the weight. That's the isotonic portion of it. Holding on to the balance bar, we can tilt backwards and kick our legs out in front of us. As we're kicking our legs out in front and we come down, we're leveraging the weight right there on the stomach area. Much more intense than just lifting your weight away from gravity. We're actually increasing the weight of gravity. If you want to do a variation of it, you can take your head, 15, 20-pound head, tilt it backwards a little bit, and now you're working the neck and underneath the chin. In group sessions, I'll often ask how many people have love handles, and all these hands go up, and I'll say, how many people love them? And all these hands go down. Love handles have been something that have been, you know, a challenge for people to get rid of. I know it was one of my biggest ones. So what I'm going to share with you right now is a program designed to strengthen the waist and the hips. It tightens and tones the muscles in these areas. You can hold on to the balance bar for balance and start off with your right foot, kick your legs out. And as you're kicking your legs out and you're coming down, now you're leveraging the weight right here. That's a lot more effective than simply lifting your leg away from gravity. You're increasing the weight of gravity. It's still on the whole body, not just these muscles. We're told up to 80% of Americans are going to have lower back problems to contend with from time to time. I know I used to be one of them. Strengthening the back and increasing circulation to the disc is something that is extremely important, therefore, for all of us. This technique here is designed to help tighten and strengthen the muscles in the back while pumping and increasing circulation to the disc. I found it extremely helpful. You can lean forward toward the balance bar, and while you're leaning forward toward the balance bar, you take your legs and you start to kick them out behind you. Every time we kick out behind us and come down, we're putting the weight on the buttocks and the lower back. Now this is going to start to lift, tighten, and tone the buttocks as it strengthens the lower back as well. And you can do variations of it when you get to the point where you want to do some more advanced techniques for the shoulders, etc. But this is the basic exercise. And we generally, when we start each one of these movements, we'll do it about 40 to 50 times to begin with. As you get a little bit better, you can do it a little bit more. This next calisthenic movement is designed to target the colon and the intestines. I designed it many years ago, and it has dramatically improved my digestion elimination processes. It also helps to loosen the lower back, and it's being used by people all over the world now. It's done by spreading the feet apart, bending the knees slightly, lifting the heels up and down, and doing the twist. It's gentle. You don't have to torque. It's just a gentle twisting movement. You're on the mat the whole time. But as I gently twist, that helps to improve digestion elimination processes. In addition to that, I'm taking the kidney, spleen, gallbladder, pancreas, the adrenals, and I'm gently massaging all those internal organs. I count this as the second most important physical activity we can do on a day-to-day basis on the Cellerciser. The next technique is a technique I designed also many years ago. I call it the Jamba run. You're going to develop a love-hate relationship with it. You love it because it works. You hate it because it's tough. We've had women who have gotten rid of their cellulite in as little as 2 and 3 weeks doing this particular movement. I've had doctors tell me that this movement is so intense it can grow new capillaries, which probably had a lot to do with it. The biggest muscles of the body are found in the thighs and the buttocks. They have the greatest demand and they give us the fastest results. Now this is a technique that you cannot do on anything other than a Cellerciser if you want to do it safely. You certainly can't do it and should never try this on the ground. It's done by keeping your back straight, your feet flat. A simple variation of it would be to walk in place, pushing down into the mat. Keep your hips straight ahead. It focuses on the thighs and the knees. As you become stronger, and you want more intensity, instead of walking in place, you do it quickly. I guarantee you, within 20 seconds, your thighs are gonna be burning. When you're done with the first set, you stand there, lift the heels up and down. Breathe, increase the oxygen through the bloodstream, prime the thighs and the buttocks. When you have your oxygen back again, you do it again. The women who got rid of their cellulite in 2 to 3 weeks, they were doing repetitions of this movement 20 minutes a day or a night watching Friends on TV. It's intense. It's extremely effective. We welcome you to try it. We often think that balance has something to do with age, but we forget none of us are born with balance. It has really little or nothing to do with age. It's a physiological function. It can be challenged at any age. It's interesting to note that when a baby first stands up in a crib anywhere in the world, they have a tendency to hold on to the bar of the crib and they bounce, don't they? The bouncing up and down challenges vestibular balance as well as proprioceptors. When they get out of the crib, they don't stop bouncing. They graduate. Now they jump on the couch or the bed. And what do? We generally kick them off. I tell people if we knew better, not only would we encourage the children to do it, we'd be up there doing it with them. But we do. Balance, rhythm, timing, dexterity, hand-eye coordination. That's all being challenged through those different movements. That movement up and down can improve balance at all ages, and children instinctively love to do it. These are my two children, Liberty and Justice. Go ahead, bounce up and down. They grew up bouncing up and down. Kids love it. So Cellerciser is something that children can have a lot of fun with. They can grow in their coordination, their skills, their athletic ability, as well as in their ability to remember and use their brain activity. What I'm going to share with you right now almost led to an infomercial. And although I could have done it, I wouldn't compromise the integrity of the product for the message. But this is a technique that I was teaching in Las Vegas one year when it caught a lot of attention. And it's simply done in a graduated movement. The purpose is to really strengthen the stomach wall and the lower abdomen as well. This is wonderful for women who have had babies or who would like to really target this area, or shortly after a baby to help promote and increase contraction. Again, consult with your doctor. Tilt backwards a little bit and then start bouncing up and down. Now as you become comfortable and strong enough, take away your hands and keep bouncing. The only reason I'm still moving are because of these stomach muscles right here. As you continue to get stronger, you can lean back further, lift one leg up. I just leverage the weight right here in the lower abdomen where everybody wants to work. When the leg gets tired, lift up the other leg. Eventually, as you become stronger, you will be able to lift up both legs and bounce a little higher. Now this is all being done right here with the stomach. As you continue to get stronger, then you can go cheek to cheek. And now you're working the obliques, both sides of the stomach wall. And then one of the ultimate in and out or up and down. I don't know of any typical sit-up that's going to be as efficient or as effective as that movement.